I wonder how many of us want to earn more to purchase more stuff. We learn to have more of everything because that makes us look richer, isn't it? Just like most of you, I was a maximalist who loved purchasing an extra pair of jeans even after having 10 inside my wardrobe. Not just clothes, I always wanted more of everything you can name, and then I came across the concept of minimalism in 2019. I found minimalism healing and couldn't stop myself to go deep into the concept. So at that time, I read books and articles, and I watched documentaries and videos on YouTube to understand how people turn into a minimalist and how it fosters their life and productivity. For me, at that time, I thought it's a new craze and I will be over it soon. However, it's almost 2 years since I am practicing minimalism and conscious living, and somehow it changed the trajectory of my life and my entire thought process. But after minimalism, I realized that instead subtracting is a way to live a more fulfilled and happy life. So after practicing minimalism for a good period of time, I considered myself a little eligible to come over here and share some of the simple, sorted and smart ways to practice minimalism as a beginner. Now these ways are based on my understanding, research and approach towards minimalism. Yours can definitely be different. By the way, before we move to the crux of this video, let me introduce myself. So hi, I am Anuva and I'm a new creator on YouTube. On my channel, I create videos which will help you live a location independent, more fulfilling and an unconventional life. But firstly, what is minimalism? So minimalism in simple words is living with less. It is a way of living by what is needed and not by what is desired. It is also a way of living a more mindful life. For me, minimalism is a way where I question myself, do I need this product? If not, I don't need it. And most importantly, I do this by choice and it leaves me happy, not sad or stressed. And I love to call it a healthy minimalism. Remember, minimalism does not say that you cannot wear fancy clothes or you cannot have friends and go out and chill with them. It also doesn't say that you have to sleep on floor and you have to wear a same piece of clothes forever. If you think of minimalism that way, it's wrong. Minimalism is so powerful and it is not limited to just clothes and lifestyle. It is not only about things, but it is also about a mindset which we realize only when we start practicing it, and it's a very gradual process. I am now becoming a person who tries to practice minimalism in not just clothes but goals too. From my business to work, travel, lifestyle and decision making, I tried my best to inherit the essence of minimalism, and that is why I love to say that it is more of a mindset, but that only happens gradually or after a certain point of practicing minimalism with the basic things. Okay, now let's talk about the 5 ways you can practice minimalism as a beginner. By the way, towards the end of this video, I have a small task for you and I request you to listen to each point very carefully to understand the essence of that task. So the first way you can practice minimalism as a beginner is by doing rational shopping or logical shopping. But let's first understand the science behind it. When you go for shopping in store or online, looking at those pretty dresses, your brain releases dopamine, which gives the sensation of pleasure and joy. Human beings get excited to an extreme level and the craving for buying that blue dress worn by a model hits up. However, the study shows that dopamine is not released when a person makes a purchase. Rather, it is generated in anticipation of purchasing an item. This means the joy remains only till the time you don't get that blue dress. Once you make the purchase, the joy fades away. And research also shows that window shopping gives the same level of happiness. So now, when you know how the brain reacts to shopping, there's a chance that you can control your emotions. So now to practice rational or logical shopping, I actively use buy it tomorrow rule, which suggests to wait for 24 hours instead of directly purchasing and making the payment for the item. Delaying basically helps us to understand whether the item or the product is a necessity or merely a desire. And in those 24 hours, I usually ask myself these 2 questions, which helps me so much to differentiate between what is actually needed and what is desired. So the question number 1 which I ask myself is that where I need this product, and question number 2 is how often I use it. So basically, if I see a pretty dress and I wish to purchase it, and if I answer my first question that yes, I need it because it's my sister's wedding anniversary or anything, I may end up purchasing it because I need it. But when I ask myself second question, which is how often I use it, probably not even once, twice, or maximum thrice in a year. And that makes me stop my purchase and eventually make rational shopping. So another example is for, let's say, toothbrush. Now, where do I need this product? Obviously to clean my teeth. And how often I use it? Definitely every morning. So even if I have to make 100 rupees extra for a good quality toothbrush, I will probably go for that. And to give you another example, let's say a laptop. Where do I need this laptop? My entire work is on my laptop. And how often I use it? All the time. So definitely if I have to invest a few thousands more, that works for me, and that is a rational shopping for me. So you see how combination of these two questions helps us take the right decisions. And this may right now sound like this is a lot of work, but this has become a very natural process for me. Now the second way you can practice minimalism as a beginner is also my favorite way, and that is traveling with less. I believe travel packing is the best test to check the intensity of minimalism practices. Because when you travel, it is obvious to keep an extra pair of shoes, jeans, bag, dress, and so on because of what if and in case rules of packaging, isn't it? Every time I pack before my travel, my mom keeps an extra pair of everything in my bag. And previously, I don't used to remove it, but now I do. I try to travel with as less as possible, and this makes my travel more adventurous. Now the trick over here is simple. Either you decide to pack your stuff in a small bag so that it doesn't allow you to keep anything extra, or once you are done with packaging, you throw every extra pair out of your luggage. Do try this because this will be a lot of fun. I was on road for 60-65 days and I was really with just one kurta, one t-shirt and two sweaters and a jacket and just one shoes and just pants. That's all. And this made my life so easy because every morning I don't have to ask myself what I have to wear. And when you have to move and shift, it's like super light, and that's a lot of fun. The third way you can practice minimalism as a beginner is by simple eating. Okay, so it does not mean that you should not eat fancy food or junk or stuff. Simple eating basically means to not overdump your stomach. Try to simplify your meals whenever possible, and though for me it is one of the toughest because I am not good on this and I am somebody who always mess around my food and I'm a big time junkie. So I do struggle over here. But what I don't do is I just avoid overeating or overtaking in my plate. I still eat anything or whatever I want, but in the right quantity and only what is required by my stomach, not by what is required by my taste buds. And as I told you, I'm not good with this point. So what I try to do is I try to follow people who motivate or inspire me to eat simple food and not overdump my stomach on Instagram, YouTube and all that stuff, because that's how I just keep reminding myself to eat simply. And I suggest you to do the same, because if you're somebody who is not a pro at simple eating, following the right kind of people will help you a lot to simplify your meals. Now the fourth way you can practice minimalism as a beginner is by eliminating paper books or notebooks. So do you agree with me that most of our clutter in the house or wherever we are living is of books, paper books, notebooks, pens, diaries and all that stuff? If yes, then this point is the most relevant point, and also this is one of the way from where I started practicing minimalism. Back in 2019, I was living in a PG in Gurgaon and I had a lot of books with myself, and I had this cupboard which was 60% filled by just books. So the first thing which I did is I sold all these books to a street seller there, and that gave me so much space and also a sense of pleasure that I am now rid of all the paper books. I also had a couple of diaries which I don't remember what I did with, but I just got rid of it. And then I came back to my hometown, and at my house I again started using notebooks. But recently I again made 100% shift to digital media. I use note-taking apps. I mostly do everything on Notion though, and that eliminated notebooks completely. I don't write anything on a paper. I use Notion these days to document each and everything, and I am using Notion from a long time, though 100% shift is something which I recently made. Now coming back to paper books. So at my family, we do have a lot of paper books. I don't own any paper books, so I'm happy about that. But yes, if you are somebody who has a lot of paper books, you can shift to Kindle, or you can probably rent out book, and that is also a good way to not create a lot of clutter at house for all these books and stuff. Now, the fifth way you can practice minimalism as a beginner is by being conscious of your goals and your laptop tab. This one might sound weird to you, but I open only 2 tabs on my laptop while working and maximum to maximum 4. This little technique leads to faster work. And try it yourself. And now, talking about goals, I avoid to have a lot of goals. Instead, I just have 2 or maximum to maximum 3 goals in my day. On a broader picture, if I tell you, I now give myself 1 goal for 1 quarter. This basically helps my all the daily activities revolve around that 1 quarter goal, and also helps me to not distract myself. And above all, this helps you say no to projects which no longer matches your goal, and hence you can 100% focus on what matches with your goal. So these are the 5 ways you can practice minimalism as a beginner. Okay, now I have a very interesting task for you. So wherever you are, you have to pick 3 things from your place and get rid of them by either donating, selling, or throwing it in a bin. So basically, this is a decluttering step and it is essential for practicing minimalism. However, we will not make this decluttering step tough. You just have to pick 3 things, and these 3 things can be anything from your notebook, pen, keychain, bucket, any extra pair of clothes, shoe, whatever. You just have to get rid of them today. So now, why you have to do this? Because as a beginner, this will be an interesting evaluation test for you. So I'm sharing this because I also did this and I really enjoy it. So how this happens is, basically after getting rid of these 3 things, if you feel pleasured and happy, this means adopting minimalism will not be as tough for you. However, if you have a sense of discomfort or you feel sad, this also doesn't mean that adopting minimalism will be tough for you, but it will be interesting and a little challenging for you initially. So when I got rid of things, I initially got rid of my books. So this will be interesting. Do try it and just see how you feel after that, and do share your experience with me in the comments below. I will see you super soon next week. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye. Take care.